This is Gooseneck State Park near Monument Valley. This is the first stop on our American Southwest adventure in our 2014 Gen 1 Raptor. Hey guys, hello, keep it dirty off-road, and in this video series, we're going to take you guys along for the ride as we explore the American Southwest. We're going to be going from Monument Valley to Moab, Arches to Canyonland, Bryce Canyon to Zion. So come along with us as we experience some of America's most beautiful natural landscapes. Our first stop was Gooseneck State Park. This should not be confused with Horseshoe Bend in the Grand Canyon. While they are both the same depth, approximately 1,000 feet, Horseshoe Bend only has a single gooseneck. Gooseneck State Park has two goosenecks that you can see from the main park overlook, and many more in the area. We counted around 10 in total from Google Earth. Now this is a small park, but it has an impressive view of one of the best examples of a river meandering in the North American continent. The San Juan River here twists and turns, flowing a distance of over 6 miles while only advancing 1.5 miles west on its way to Lake Powell and joining the Colorado River. Gooseneck State Park would be the camp spot for the first night of our American Southwest trip. Joining us on this trip was Brian and his friend Mike. Brian is a good friend of ours. When we first met him, he was rocking a mid-travel Tundra, and after a few years, we finally got him converted over to the Raptor. Over the next week, we would be in our 2014 F2C mid-travel Raptor, and Brian brought a stock 2014 Raptor. Brian also brought his tow rig in case one of us needed a ride home. Anything can happen on these long runs, so it's best to go with a friend to get towed off the trail, and the tow rig don't hurt to get you home sometimes. What do you think, Ben? I think this is the spot.
I'd say so. This looks all right.
We're gonna be freezing no matter what, but
it's okay. I've got 2 trucks I can sleep in. Always wanted to stay here, so I'm picking that one right off.
But why did you have to pick the night that it's gonna be 15 degrees?
15's not so bad. It could be worse.
See the temperature right now? This is the high.
Yeah, it feels beautiful. I'm only wearing a little light.
This is the high. The high is 38. It would be colder than that, as we would find out later. During the night, we actually found out a cool tidbit of information on this place. As we were finishing setting up camp after dinner, we got a visit from the local park rangers. They were taking light readings of the area. Gooseneck State Park is considered to be one of the darkest places in the lower 48 because there is no light pollution from any major city visible here. It's perfectly located so you can get some of the darkest nights in the lower 48, and the park rangers were taking measurements over the week to confirm as there would be a new moon here in a few days. Those that have camped in Death Valley or Mojave probably know what I'm talking about here. You can clearly see the lights from Vegas and LA in the night sky, and it blocks our view of the stars and of the Milky Way. Goosenecks is one of the best spots for stargazing and getting a view of the Milky Way. During our night here, you could clearly see one of the arms of the Milky Way with the naked eye. I wish I would have known this ahead of time so that I could have prepared and learned how to take a shot of a long exposure, to be able to capture it. But it was just too cold at night for me to even think, let alone try and set up a long shot. This is a perfect camp spot for those visiting Monument Valley. Valley of the Gods and Mexican Hat are only 10 minutes away. Monument Valley itself is about 30 minutes away with Forest Gump Point on the way. You are a little overexposed here, so be ready for low temps in the winter and wind all year round. We did not experience much wind on our nights here, but we still secured our tents to the trailer and our truck because the ground is rock hard and getting a stake in it was not going to happen. During the winter, it also could get pretty cold here. The night we stayed here, the high was 38 degrees and the low was predicted to be 15 degrees. It ended up going down to 8 degrees, and I had to rethink my whole camping gear situation. Even with the Mr. Heater and a 0-degree sleeping bag, I could not get warm in those temps. It was cold. More on that in the future videos though. Now, if you want to visit this park, there are some fees you need to be aware of. Day use fee is $5 per car, up to 8 people, and then there is a $2 per per person fee for tour groups. If you want to camp here, it's $10 per night. There are 8 designated campsites along the rim where the fire rings and the picnic tables are located. Campsites are first come, first serve. You can't reserve this ahead of time. They don't actually accept reservations, but the conditions are very primitive. There is no water on site, but there is a vault toilet. One perk though is you can use firewood here, which you can't in most other state parks in the area and all the national parks in the area. All right guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have a few more coming of our trip across southern Utah, so please consider subscribing to follow along. Questions and comments below. Thank you for watching.